Right, let's get the boring stuff out of the way during the intro. Yes, do not adjust your sets. Today is Tuesday. There was no video yesterday. Apologies for that, and apologies for no warning. But grumpy young'un, these things happen. Can't be helped. I did say with my new work pattern that it was likely to take a hit. I'm aiming now for Tuesday, Thursday this week. I'm going to aim to get it back for Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. But you know, plans plans are made to be broken, right? There is a vague possibility of a Saturday video this week, but don't hold your breath. Apart from that, let's go play some more European football with the Hound Dogs, shall we? Hello, my name's Damien, I'm that Tracking Football Manager. Welcome back to the Hound Dogs. Yeah, not a lot has changed. More European football to come. We're going to Macedonia, folks. For some people, that's a wondrous thing. If we look out the window of the aircraft as we come into land, we might even see Velimir waiting there. Like I say, not a lot's changed, and it risks being that terribly short episode if we don't do something. So we'll have a little chat about European coefficients. I know I have been asked about this. What's the score? What is it about doing well in Europe that matters? This might be a bit basic for some people, but we'll talk about it. Obviously, you saw us play Kalju and beat them 4-2 on aggregate. We have Academia Pandev in the second qualifying round. Apart from that, nothing has changed. We've got a friendly in against Glacis. Obviously, that one will bite the dust if we do end up getting into another round of qualifying. It seems unlikely because this is a good side, Academia Pandev, and also the third round's been drawn, and it's either Jagiellonia Bialystok. I don't know what an L with a slash through it is. I'm quite good with letters, but I don't know that one. Polish Premier Division or extra class side. 7,000 season ticket holders at 75 quid a pop. They're better off than us. But they're the weaker of the two teams that we might face because the other one is one I've heard of in hashtag split. Don't fancy that. Don't fancy that at all. We'll get hammered. 7,200 season ticket holders, 91 quid a pop. Just in case you didn't know, we have 25 season ticket holders at 13 quid a pop. Only 25 people think it's worth spending 13 quid for a year's worth of football. Bit of a worry, isn't it? The other thing is we have not, obviously for Job Centre, Job Centre is not the one we want, Job Security, this league only, stable or secure the entire way now. So, again, long time waiting. But, quick chat about European coefficients. So, if we go to, I probably should have researched how to get there for this exciting presentation. If we go to Europa League, and we go to Europe in general terms, if I can remember how to do that, I probably should have done some research, shouldn't I? Europe in general. We have major nations and the who are the big important countries, who are the big important teams, who are the winners, and all that sort of thing. But if we go to coefficients, this is what we get with clubs coefficients. How do you do well? How do you get seeded in a European competition? The best team in Europe at the minute is Bayern Munich, because in the last 5 years they have a coefficient score of 145 points. That's the average or total of those 5 years. Now you get a good score by doing well. The deeper you go in the tournaments, the better you get, better score you get. I'm not going to pretend to understand how these scores are calculated because nobody knows. The people who calculated them don't know. They literally just put us cup down on the Ouija board and went like that, and then they came up with some numbers. A little bit like world rankings. And right down the other end of the list is literally anyone who's competed at any point in Europe over the last 5 years. So we have 3 Sammarinese sides, Faetano, Juvenes, Lugana, and Libertas. You probably can't see behind my head. Or you can just. Who have all featured a teeny tiny little bit at some point. There you go, 0.233 of a coefficient. That's this year, but they have turned up and played some football. That's it. Barry Townier, 604th, with 0.5 of a point over 2 years of the last 5. We are now on that list at 596th. We're 1.258. Now that's because we're not over yet. It'll balance out, I'm sure. I think it only fixes on halves and wholes. I think at the end of the season, so to speak. So you also see Glasses, who are also on this list, who got a point. Wait, who already have a point for this year. Gloss over it. Point is that they are also with us. We have the same amount of points there. They have a point there. We don't. I don't know why. I'm guessing maybe... Oh, because they were in a higher level and got knocked down, perhaps? I don't know. But it's a good teaching. Good teaching here. Good teaching, I know. Don't know how it works. But that's what we want. Now, if we look at Gibraltarian side, if I click on that, it will just... In fact, if I sort by nation... And then we do a lot of scrolling. We can go to about here. Gibraltar, there we go. So Lincoln have got 6.5. Europa 4. St. Joseph's 3.5. Monscalpe 1.5. And then us and Glasses at 1.383. Which again, I'm sure will settle. We need these numbers to be good. We want points in all of these boxes as the years go by. Because all of these together add up to the national coefficient. And the higher we can get the national coefficient, ultimately, the more European qualification spots we can get. Now, I did touch on this in the previous episode, but if you think of the English Premier Division, for example, 4 Champions League spots, Europa League spots, you can finish mid-table in the Premier League and you'll still get into Europe. Gibraltar is obviously that's not the case, but it could be if we can get all these numbers to be good. If we can get teams deep into European competition. Champions League group stages, for example. In fact, that's a great idea. Let's have a quick look. I won't go on for too long, but I am going on a bit. I'm aware of that. Champions League. Groups. Champions League. Come on, it can't be that hard to find Champions League, surely. Champions League. There we go. Hold us by a minute. Let's go and find a group stage. Previous year, wouldn't it? Previous year. Stages. Previous year. Group stage. All groups. Find a terrible team. Here we go. Azerbaijani side Neftsi. Played 6, lost 6. Scored 1, conceded 18. Granted, they were playing Man City, Porto and Sevilla. But, let's have a look at their coefficient ranking. That's not going to work, is it? We're going to have to do it the other way. Go back and back and back and back. There we go. And sort alphabetically. Find out how many points they got for that last year, because I bet it's quite a few. Neftsi. Oh, it's only 4, actually, but still, 4 points is better than anything any Gibraltarian side has got. And that suddenly has them 185th in the table, because of those 8.5 points. Now, that's for turning up for the group stage, literally turning up. They didn't do anything else. They scored 1 goal, and I bet it was an own goal. But, what we need to try and do is we need to try and get not just one team to go deep in these competitions. This is why I've permitted myself to move between clubs. If Lincoln becomes suddenly Champions League worthy, and they are getting 4 points a year, it's going to shoot them up the league. But it's going to leave everyone else behind. So what we need to do is we need to try and get to the point where Lincoln can qualify for Champions League groups every year, and also Europa can qualify for Champions League groups every year. Or the Europa League groups, because it would be a bit more fitting, wouldn't it? But if we can get some of these teams to go deep in Europe on a regular basis, then Gibraltar's coefficient will start climbing, more qualification spots, more reputation, better players want to come, league gets better, league improves. And that's what we want. We want the league to get better, because when the league gets better, what happens next? Clubs get richer, clubs spend money on youth facilities, clubs develop better youth intakes, Gibraltar becomes a better footballing nation. And that's where we are, ultimately. Having said all of that, let's go get hammered by Academia Pandev back to back, shall we? That's about enough to draw this episode at length out to a reasonable distance. We want to go very defensive. I'm not going to do that. I'm not actually going to change the side, I don't think. Nope, I don't see a good reason to. Lopez is in goal, Ballester, Yates, Zapata and Green. Barella and Almanzori, Da Costa and Grec, Ruiz and Marquez. Something that was brought to my attention, obviously. I mean, it brought to my attention. I did obviously know about it. All these links, like, this is what happens when you don't spend any money in a January transfer window, summer transfer window. Spend money is the wrong term. You know what I mean. These links and these personal dynamics are brilliant, and they make a huge difference to how well a team can perform. And, you know, we don't need to improve this side. There's nothing wrong with this side. It won a double last year. It just went into the second knockout round of the Europa Conference League, and so on. So, why fiddle with it? No one's left. Like, okay, one or two players left. Marquez has a corner. Swings it in. It's a good header. And Zane Da Costa puts his weapon out in the 7th minute. This is the home leg, obviously. This is the easier leg. But if we can take a lead to Macedonia, what a result. And I've just had a word with Velimir. He's going to have us all over for coffee and cake. It's going to be lovely. What was I saying? Yeah, no one left. And I don't understand that, to be honest with you. We've got, obviously, some very good players. Marquez is going to take another corner. Could make it 2 here. Good header from Zapata, but it's just over the top. Again, this is a team that won the league and the cup. Why are they not being poached? Why are we not losing all of these players? Why has no one come in and said, Juan Carlos Lopez, no one's actually paying him any money to play football. Why don't we give him 20 quid a week? Not even come up. Like, it's not even like, oh, I have to try and fight him off. Never has anyone come in for any of my players. And that's just really weird to me. I assume that's part of the reason why I'm also not getting a job in the higher level. Greg gets one into the top corner, and that's 2. 26th minute, Greg with a lovely hit. Cuts inside his man and fires it into the top corner. It is gorgeous, darling. Sorry, I've been watching too much Strictly. Beats his man beautifully there, but there's still a lot to do, as the cliche goes. Lovely hit. And that's 2. And maybe we're going to go to Croatia and play #split. God, I hope not. We'll get slaughtered. Pandev and Mukhanov stand over the free kick. Pandev's going to hit it with a few Pandevs, including, you know, the name of the team. Lopez taps it over the top. And you have to say, the animation for free kick saving for goalkeepers is not any better than it used to be, is it? The one animation they haven't got right. Miserov's cross comes in. Burrell heads it away. Marquez on the edge of the area. Dawdles on it, but it lays off Zapata in the end, who just hoofs it for the sky. And we had 2 shots on target and scored 2 goals. Well, it's 3 now, so, you know, that's ruined that. We are still, you know, deep enough down this competition that I have no idea about the other teams we're playing. I mean, Neman Grodno and Gordani. No idea. I mean, literally could be from any country in Europe. Pump fist, no. Yeah, no. Point finger, you're doing brilliantly, keep going. Leroy Ruiz has been a little bit out of the game. And really got an option. The option would be to put Da Costa up top and bring on someone like Lamont on the right wing. There's no need to do that now. But Da Costa's looking tired in his own right. Ballester with the throw in front of Da Costa. Flicks it inside to Ruiz. Loses that but wins it back. Borrell in front of Da Costa. 2 in the middle. Ruiz making tracks as well. We've got Ballester on the edge instead. Ballester back to El Mansouri and Green. And it's patient football, isn't it? El Mansouri lifts it forward and it's headed back to the keeper. Pandev gathers it up nicely. We don't like one of these highlights that doesn't end in a solid chance for us, because it means it's probably going to end in a solid chance for them. Green heads it back to El Mansouri and back to Green again. Burrell back to Yates, and we're holding possession nicely, aren't we? Burrell to Da Costa. Papuchiev challenges him. I just wanted to practice saying the name, to be honest with you. Lovely ball by Ballester in front of Da Costa again. Drives it in low and great. Greg is at the back stick for his second. And we're 3-0 against a strong Macedonian side. Do you reckon we'll just go all the way? You think? We'll just be slowly bigger and bigger teams. We'll play #split in the next round, beat them as well. And then, you know, we'll take on, I don't know, Deportivo La Coruña. I have no idea why I picked them. Literally not a clue why they were the first name to come to my head. The first name that comes to my head is usually Željezničar Sarajevo. I have no idea if that club even exists anymore, but I used to love to say it. Željezničar Sarajevo. You just sound Russian when you say it. What are we going to do with this ramble then? Urenda can play up top, can he? Go on then, give it a shot. Give advance forward a go, not a problem. The Costa's looking tired, so we'll put Near and Jeffries on the left wing. I think we'll just leave it there. The defence are not looking great, but I suppose they've not had anything to do. Apparently, we've only had 46% of possession, which is weird because every time the match is showing, we're in control. Ballester back to Yates. Back to Ballester again. Barella's inside, and we've gone back to Yates. Little triangles, it's lovely. Zapata to Al-Mansouri. Greg, wasn't bad little triangle, really, was it? Marquez back to Al-Mansouri. And Zapata. And Al-Mansouri. And, you know, patient build-up. Al-Mansouri back to Zapata. Yates has got a bit of time. And Hoof. No, he doesn't. Usually he hoofs. Zapata up the line to Greg. Takes on Pandev, one of them. Goes to the ball and drives it in low. You render out of nowhere, but Pandev makes a good save. Oh no, sorry, Papuchiev has knocked it out for the corner. Jeffries to take it. They've made a couple of changes. Ball goes to the back stick. Urenda doesn't challenge for it. Borrell will go fetch this, but it won't matter because it won't show. 20 to play. We've got a sub left. You might as well use it. We'll come up to 15. Ballester has the throw in. We'll do it after this highlight. Borrell back to Ballester. Drives it on the line to Jeffries. Lovely ball. Jeffries kind of trips over it, if we're being honest. Urenda to Marquez. He's got work to do. Jesus. 5 men around him. El-Mansouri's going to go for that. Oh, no, he's not. He won it well. Don't do that again. One of them's got to come off, hasn't it? Either El-Mansouri or Borrell's got to come off. Popov over the top. Plavchev drives it wide, and we've got away with one there. Right, who's going? Which one? Borrell or El-Mansouri? El-Mansouri for Chipold. Terrible substitution, but never mind. We've got 15 to play. Got a man off who's on a booking. I mean, replaced a man on a booking. Let's go with that. Engordine are clearly not the better team because Grodno are beating them 6. Grodno, I want to say Eastern Europe. I want to say Grodno, Poland, maybe? Somewhere like that. That's a guess. Outstretched arms. You certainly made our doubters eat their words. Now, let's try not to get too complacent. Go on, Grodno, where is it? Belarus. I was in the right neighbourhood. 11 quid for their season ticket. God, we're ripping them off. Engordini are Andorran. 26 quid. See, that's a very expensive season ticket. You can't be paying that for a season ticket. Imagine paying 11 quid for a season ticket. I'm rambling. Should we go to the second leg? So a bit of a knock for this one. We have lost Zapata to suspension, which means one of our centre-halves is 16 years old. But he's literally the third best centre-half of the club. I think I need to maybe sign 1 or 2 centre-halves. Because we've got Liam Yates, which we all know well, know and love, who's a 19-year-old centre-half. Bit physically lacking, but, you know, can't be helped. And then Zapata is the other, who's, you know, good solid centre-half, and he's been playing very well for us. And then after that, I realised the next best shout was Jagan Chippel, who has a 5 for heading. He's very determined, but he's also 30, which probably won't help that much. So I went for a hunt, and I found Charlie Brooks, who's a 16-year-old with a magnificent mohawk. Nearly enough to get him in a side on its own, but actually, tackling 15, heading 8, marking 9, natural fitness 15. Physically, bit of a mess. Determination 13 and bravery 16. Teamwork 15. Actually, you know what? Even at 16 years old, he's worth a shot. And he fancies going up top. And who doesn't like a defender stroke striker? Love a defender stroke striker. So that's what's happening. Charlie Brooks is starting away in Macedonia for his first ever appearance. He's delighted just to have a plane ticket. Anyway, Lopez is in goal. Ballester. Oh, and we're resting Leroy on the grounds that he's actually been pretty poor at the start of the season. So Da Costa comes in up top and Zamet comes in on the left wing. He's back from injury. So Lopez is in goal. Ballester, Brooks, Yates and Green. El-Mansouri and Borrell. Zamet and Greg. Da Costa and Marquez. All we have to do is not lose 4-0. It's easy to say that, isn't it? I mean, we could quite easily lose 4-0, I'm sure. Look at these squad numbers. The lowest squad number is 30. Are they just playing reserves? Curious now. Or have they just retired? Oh, they've lost 2 of their last 3 games. Pile on the misery. Get involved. Oh, faith. I've upset them. They didn't like being told to win it. Never mind, we've fixed most of it. Firefighting complete. How can you spank a side 3-0 and then get depressed when I say go out and do it again? Very strange. Anyway, Ballester with a short free kick to El-Mansouri. chips it over the top. Greg is there. Is he going to drive one back across? He is. He cuts it back. Marquez is fouled, surely. Marquez is fouled, and it is a penalty in the 4th minute. And if away goals is a thing, we're about to get one. Ooh, that was a stupid thing to say before he's taken it, wasn't it? Ballester buries the away goal. And suddenly, I don't know if away goals is a thing. I keep reading or hearing or something, but away goals isn't a thing anymore. It doesn't really come up very often in my careers, to be honest with you. So, never mind. Either way, we're 4 goals ahead of this, I'm assuming university? Academia? You know what it reminds me of? Here's a niche reference. I'll have to explain it. It's so niche. Do you know the game Alpha Centauri, which was the sci-fi equivalent of Sid Meier's Civilization? And yes, we're going back. We're not talking about Civilization 6. It was Civilization 2, I think. Look at that mohawk. Go on, Brooksy. Go on, son. Finds Elman's story. Lovely ball. Da Costa's through, 1-on-1. Hit the post. Very unlucky. Alpha Centauri, the entire point was you'd landed on somewhere in Alpha Centauri. You know, you were international explorers, and you were exploring this new land. And it was split not by nation, but by type. You know, warriors and intellectuals and environmentalists and so on. And yeah, the intellectual side was led by a man called Academician Prokop, who said his name quite a lot, and that always made me think of academician. I'm assuming it means university student. Either way, we're 4-0 up on aggregate. Ballester throws a long ball down the wing to Da Costa. There's 2 in the middle. And the fact that I can talk about a 20-year-old computer game says that we're probably not being that heavily challenged. Zamet drives in across deep, and Pandev heads it away, but Green will get to that first. Burrell is just inside him if he fancies it. Misses. Burrell back to Green. Chips it across to Elmansouri, who loses out in the air, and here comes the counter-attack. Mukhanov to Zahov. Plavsev. And Georgiev is through, unmarked, untouched, and Lopez makes the save. I'm going to put that one down to Brooks, who was playing everyone else on side by about 20 yards. But let's just fire that into the crowd. I have no idea why. Let's look at changes. We know that Zamet's coming back from injury, so let's just give him the hook now. I will put Greg on the left wing, and I will put Duncan Lamont on the right wing. And that's fine. I mean, Greg doesn't really like the left wing, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. He's a bit of a Tory. It can't be helped. 51st minute. Papuchiev with a throw into Papuchiev. Oh, wow. That's offside, surely, Lino. No? Okay. Charlie Brooks wins the header well and heads it away. Donchev to Zakimovsky to Zahov. It's just practice at this point. We're going to have to play some Macedonians at some point with Gibraltar national side. Might as well practice saying their names. Papuchiev. All kinds of wrong. I don't trust that one. Balesta's marking him, but not desperately closely. Burrell lunges in, but wins a block. Zahov hits it from downtown, and that's thundered in off the crossbar, pulling it back to 4-1. And with 38 minutes still to play, it's not over. It is not over. But you have to say, in, 52 plus 90, 142 minutes of football, that's the second decent attack we've seen from them. Third. Actually, no, there was one earlier in this game, wasn't there? Third decent attack we've seen from them. But even so. Now the floodgates are open. Zakimovsky to Plavchev to Zahov. Over the top. Papuchiev is through 1-on-1 again. And oh my god, what a dive that was. He's fallen for it. The referee's gone for it. But Balesta's going to walk. I mean, Papuchiev goes down like he's been shot by a cannon of some kind. And suddenly we're in trouble. And that trouble, she is big. Subs. Chipotle. Oh dear, do we have to? Left back. I didn't bring one. Chiang Green can go to left back. Who's had the poor game up front? Da Costa can go, he's not as good. Marquez can stay up front on his own. And Danny Murphy can go on at right back. And now So the entire age of the back four is probably totals to about 30. Whilst Chiang Green, he's 25, so he's the old man. Yates is 19, he's the second oldest. Murphy is 16, Charlie Brooks is 16. And we're going to have to try and hold on to a 2-goal lead for, 36 minutes. I think it might all be over, guys. Honestly, I think we're going to go here because, well, this is going in. Lovely penalty. And suddenly, yeah, 2 goals in 35 minutes. Their tails are going to be up. I don't think we're going to hold on to it. That's my confidence. That's called confidence right there. Could do with it being absolutely dead for it. We have gone defensive. I don't like to do that, but never mind. Pandev standing over a free kick. Bet this one's going in the top corner. And so it does. And that's 3 goals in 5 minutes. And where's that come from? Like, we haven't seen anything from them. And suddenly this. 3 goals in 5 minutes. Again, a lovely free kick. Nothing we can do about it. And it's another highlight. 58th minute. It's literally just, they've just turned it on, haven't they? Georgiev gets clunked by Burrell. Pandev on the wing. Deep to the back stick. And Lopez makes an arse of a save, but we get away with it. And look at that. 53, 56, and 58, the goals. And they have another throw. And this is Pandev to Zahov. To Georgiev. Lamont challenges, but it's sent back to Kupanov. They haven't even made any changes. It's not like they suddenly brought on their Lionel Messi off the bench, is it? Milkov to Donchev. Over the top. Yates wins the header well. Lamont, can we counter here? We get something. Just threaten the goalkeeper for a bit. Lamont, back to Murphy. To Burrell. Back to Yates. To Charlie Brooks. Just hit one long if you need to. Look how narrow it is. Someone make a run for him. Yates to Murphy. Burrell to Lamont, who loses out, and here it comes. Pandev down the line to Georgiev. Danny Murphy's closing him down. Cross comes in. It's fired all the way across. Papuchiev won't go. What have we give here? Sorry. Green's being sent off. Anyone? Anyone want to tell me what that was for? And the old man of the defence has just been sent off. And now we're down to 9 men with 22 minutes to play. How do you even fix this? We don't have a left back. We didn't have a left back to begin with. We certainly don't now. Could just stack the defence, but then there's no other Danny Murphy to get. What about Greg? Do you fancy left back at all, mate? Not even left wing back. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, the only defender I've got is Chippell, who is a centre half, and he is definitely not a left back. Then again, having said that, he's reasonably fast and hopeless in the air. Maybe he is a left back. Let's just chuck him on a left back and see what happens. Who's coming off this time? Either of you fancy going in the middle? Greg, do you want to go in the middle? Yeah. Go on, son. That's the spirit. Lamont, I believe I've only just brought him on, though, haven't I? Oh. How bad are you there? I mean, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right. What other options have we got? We could go Lamont there. Can we? No. Go Lamont there and El Mansouri there and just sort of that. Again, not really. We don't have enough left-sided players. I mean, we don't have enough players. We've only got 9 players. That's the problem. We haven't really got enough players of any kind. It's going to have to be Chippell at left back. So again, nearly doubling the age of the back four in one substitution. Yeah, 4-3-1, I guess. Why not? We don't really know how to defend, so chucking everyone back I don't think is going to work. Right, solid. Let's go see what happens. We're going to get knocked out of Europe. And that's so annoying from the position we are in. Because I don't think it comes across as... Oh, well, maybe it comes across as arrogant, but I don't think it's arrogant to be 4-0 up into the third half of the tie and think you've probably won it. And then suddenly out of nothing, 3 goals in 6 minutes, and we're in deep trouble. But yeah, 5 to play. I mean, we're going to be absolutely buggered for the next leg if we do go through, because we have no defenders. They're all going to be suspended. Yates hacks one into the crowd and seemed to get a W gesture from one of the supporters he was aiming at. Pandev aims it deep, and it's headed away well by Chipple. Considering he can't head it, that's quite impressive. Lamont picks it up. There's 3 to play. Are we going to hold on? And my God, what are we going to do? Like, how are we going to... Oh, for damage, for fallout from this. I mean, we've got through. We've survived it. And fair play, we've survived it. That's some mentality, but Balesta's suspended, Green is suspended. That is all our fullbacks. Like, that's all of them. We've got the 16-year-old kid who picked up a booking and might be suspended. Chipple got a booking and might be suspended. So the defensive options might just be Yates and Brooks. Right, outstretched arms. Yeah, go with Mirage. Outstretched arms. You made them eat their words. I'm not even gonna have a go at the bookings. I mean, what that second sending off was for is completely beyond me. Is anyone else left in this? Any of our lot? Europa got smashed by FC Argez of Romania. So Europa are gone. Hajduk lost to the Poles. That's interesting. I have no idea how many more of these we have to go through before we get to a group stage, by the way. I hope this is the last one. But again, any team who can take out Hajduk split are going to be half decent, aren't they? I'm not seeing any of our other countrymen in here. But I can't honestly remember who's been knocked out and who hasn't. Right, we'll go a little way in and just see what the suspensions are. So, we've won there. We've picked up £85,500, by the way. Brooks has made a debut. We're going to go raiding the under-23s again in a minute, I suspect. We're going to play Bialystok away. Away first. First time Thursday, the 4th of August. Kean Green is suspended for a match and will miss the first game. Ballester is suspended for a match. We're not going to play the reserves of. That's fine. That can move. Kean Green is fined nothing. Ballester is fined nothing. That is a friendly, I hope, because it's bloody getting cancelled. Schedule Glasses United. Nope. Right. God, now what? So tactically, we haven't got him, and we haven't got him. So the best option at right back is Danny Murphy, the 15-year-old. Best option at left back is Luke Evans, who's not terrible. Zapata's back to play centre half, so that's good news. Oh, there's going to be some work to do, isn't there? But hey, let's look on the bright side. We are in the 3rd qualifying round of the Europa Conference League, somehow. We're going to Jagiellonia, which to me sounds Greek, but maybe that's just me. And I will see you there on Thursday, hopefully. Again, hands in the air. Could all fall apart. No idea. The fact that these games are really close to each other suggests that it might not, but it's actually finding the recording time that's the problem. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for staying with me through this, should we call it, unscheduled stop in this particular series, leaves on the line, etc. And yeah, thank you for your support, and at least we made it interesting towards the end there, and I will see you all Thursday, hopefully. Is that enough disclaimers? Probably is. I'll go away then, after scratching my eye. I'm professional. Bye-bye.